All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and we are going over GeoFarm Mastery today. If you did not have a chance at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/listings to leads, we do have the social media mastery call there, and we've got the database mastery call as well. So those two calls in particular, great presentations, phenomenal content there. And I would recommend start with social media mastery, open that up, and have another screen open that you can actually have listings to leads in. And you can do this with me because, as you can see here, I am in the accounts database. There we go. Or DM or come. So what I do is I walk through the strategy in the PowerPoint, and then I get into the account and we actually get it done. And in this call, you literally can schedule the entire next week's social media while you're on this call. Your ads, your posts, all the video scripts, and you can start scheduling and mapping out your video strategy for the next week because we got all of the videos for every day of the week in there as well. So watch Social Media Mastery, have listings to leads open if you can. And then when you have a chance as well, check out Database Mastery. In this one, we go through the 2 to 3 emails that you should be sending to your buyer leads every week, the 2 to 3 emails they should be sending to your seller leads every week. In listings to leads, we've got database call scripts. So when you are sending stuff to your database, we've actually got scripts so that you can call them with a did you get type of phone call to open up further communication, further engagement with them down the road. Highly recommend take a look at both of those calls. I'll leave this open. We can come back to it later after the call if we need to. But with that, let's bring up and I promise I will keep this interesting. We're not going to stay in the doc too long, but how to pick a GeoFarm. And at some point soon, I'll try to make this available for people. It's like 28 pages there. There you can see, we're going to talk about how to select and get ready and market a GeoFarm. We're going to talk about the fast lanes to get listing. We've been doing this for 14 years. I've been seeing what's been working. And here's the thing. It's not rocket science and it's not magic. All right. It's not, it's actually pretty straightforward. Then this is so cool. Local reviews and community pop-up events. This part I'm really excited about. This is what is going to get you endeared into the people in your farm area right there. I'm going to talk about local charities and with really no time or money, how to really engage with local charities and even take it a step further. Facebook groups, your kingdom to engagement. Talk a little bit about if you want to get some listings real quick, right? How are people getting listings within 2 to 3 days sometimes? Bonus ideas. I got a couple of different bonus ideas for you. And then we'll get into the conclusion. So real quickly, how to select a GeoFarm. There's a lot of great videos on the internet. If you want to pause this video and read through this in a lot more detail, but essentially find an area with 500 plus homes. Got to be thinking about the areas, an up and coming area, any local trends that are impacting sales in the area, and businesses moving in and out of the area that you're thinking about having as your farm. Is it easy for buyers and sellers to get to? Can you do an open house in this area? So if it's a gated community that needs an access code to get into, that's great because it's probably on the higher end of luxury farm, but could also be a little bit more difficult to farm. Are you able to drive through the area at least once a week? You want to make sure that you're able to just flow through the area, wave to people, do things in the community. You want to, especially in the beginning for your first farm, don't go super high end. All right? There's a great tendency. Everybody wants to go luxury. No problem with going luxury. Luxury is awesome, but try to start in the middle range more. So it says there within 25% of the median sales price, because that's where the most sales happen. And if we're a farm, we're trying to get sales. So we don't want to go to that super high end where there's only 2 or 3 sales a year because you can't live on that. And then, hey, Do you have, or have you ever had any listings there, your office maybe that you can leverage as well? And if everything looks good from there, continue on to the next step. And that's going to be where you're going to find the total sales volume, the number of sides, the turnover rate. There's a great area in Sacramento that I would love to have as a farm, but there are literally like 3 to 4 sales in that area. Nobody moves. It'd be phenomenal to have as a farm because it's a great price point. It's a great inventory there, but nothing ever comes up for sale. So it would be a complete waste of my time to farm that area, even though otherwise it seems like it would be absolutely perfect. And so what you're trying to figure out though is like, if you were to have taken 10% of the total sales of that area last year, would you be able to make money? And that's what we're talking about. You want to make sure it's got enough sales, got enough turnover rate. So try to look at both the absolute number of homes that sold in that area, and then take a look at that turnover rate percentage as well. Next up, we'll take a look at, is there a current neighborhood agent? There's always going to be a neighborhood agent, but that doesn't really necessarily mean much. It does mean something though, if they literally have more than half the sales. So if they felt like literally half the sales in that area, I might try to move on to a different farm to start with and build up your skill sets and tackle that other farm and tackle that other agent down the road. But let's not start where we've got built-in issues with trying to get our business going. And then the last thing is really, do you have the money, time, and desire? You're going to be spending, I would say, $500 a month minimum, right? That would be kind of the low, easy and middle minimum. I would think 500 a month. Then obviously you can spend up to $1,000 a month. And so that's why I always hear these videos and podcasts like, oh yeah, the farm, but you got to commit to a year, because if you don't commit to a year, you're never going to get any sales. I'm like, you're kidding me. We're going to start getting listings in 2 to 3 months. No one's got a year. No one's got 9 months to wait to start getting listings from our farm. So here's the schedule. So keep this in your mind as the schedule. A postcard, door hanger, or a letter should go out to 200 people a month minimum, with the idea that we can increase that by 50 or so a month till we get up to about 500. And when I say 500, these are rough numbers: 423, 684, right? Hey, if you want to go to 800, but what I do want you to do is keep in mind your budgeting and long-term sustainability. All right. Farming is not sending out 500 emails once every 4 months. That's wasting your time and wasting your money. That's what that is. So farming is consistent marketing, direct mail, print, and it's the other things that we're going to be talking about here. So it's consistent, otherwise it's a waste of time. So like I said, don't blow out the gate with 1,000 postcards thinking that's going to be the quick way to start getting listings. It is, in a sense, but it's also a lot of money and not necessarily sustainable for you. And then calling. So farming is not just pushing a button, sending out some postcards, waiting 30 days, pushing a button, sending out postcards, waiting 30 days, right? That's not farming. Farming is all of this stuff. So every single postcard, letter, or door hanger, right? We got over 100 postcards, door hangers, letters in listings to leads. Every single one of them, I believe, has a script. And the idea is you might send out 200, 300, 400 postcards, door hangers, or letters, right? That's going to happen on one day, right? Because you're going to mail it and it's going to go out. But then I want you to start calling through with the appropriate script. So again, try to call at least 10 people a day in your farm. Keep it easy. And again, the scripts are mostly, did you get, and we're going to roll through them, and I think you're really going to like them. For maximum results, because nothing is a silo, nothing sits by itself. So if you can, make sure the people in your farm are also in your database. Now, I'm going to talk through about buying the data. So I'm going to talk about buying the data so that we can call people, we can email people, we can mail people. So it's not always easy to cold email a list that you buy, but if you have the ability to make sure that these people in your farm are in your database. Add to a Facebook custom audience. So in Listings to Lead, we could upload all of the homeowners in a CSV file into Listings to Leads. We create a Facebook custom audience. And then now, in addition to what we typically think of as farming, they're going to see our postcard, a letter, a door hanger, what have you. They're going to see the other things that we're going to do. But now they can also see our ads and our posts more and our other videos more because they're in a custom audience. So keep that in mind. That's not absolutely critical, but again, for maximum results. Always invite people to a Facebook group. So again, if you've got your farm, you got the data. So you got all the homeowners, emails and phone numbers and addresses and all that kind of great stuff. And we're going to use a program like My Plus Leads. You could use Remind. Sometimes a title officer can give that stuff to you. Try to make sure that you invite them all to your Facebook page or group. Because when you do all of this together, you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to wait to do this to get started. But as we go through this process, this will make sure that people see you literally everywhere. You don't need to pay someone $1,000 a month to do it for you. It's actually really easy. All right. Actually really easy. Now, if you don't have the data for your farm, so you went through the process that we did in the beginning, right? Got a neighborhood, you went through those questions, everything seems great. You looked at the number of sales, you looked at the turnover rate. There's not an agent with 50% of all the sales. And so you're like, this looks like a great area. Now you need to get all the information for these homeowners. And for that, you can use a program like My Plus Leads, Redx, Remind. There's a lot of them out there. And my push to you to take advantage of a service like this. So again, Remind, Redx, My Plus Leads, Prospect Boss, there's others. What they do is you can go to them and under services here. So this is My Plus Leads and neighborhood data. There's even likely to list. You also get for sale by owner and expired. And we've got amazing lead funnels for both expired and FSBO. You can even offer a FSBO homeowner all the marketing tools for them to market their property until they get tired of being a pretend real estate agent. And expired, we got phenomenal PDF guides, landing pages, and e-flyers for that as well. And I mention that just so you can understand, if you do take advantage of a service like this, it's not going to be just the farming that you can leverage, but also that expired and FSBO data as well. So you come here, for example, neighborhood data or likely to list, and just to spend a couple of seconds here, you can start a free, and the thing is like, maybe it's 100 or 150 a month, and you get up to like, I think 1,000 contacts. So I can go in here, I can do a search in my area. I can use some filters like 5 years ownership, single family home between 2,000 and 4,000 square feet, or whatever your filters are going to be. Run that filter, get all the data. And my one tip though is to scrub the data so that you can make sure that you get all the phone numbers that are on the DNC, right? And what I mean is labeled. So you do not want to be calling DNC numbers. You want to make sure that there's a number that's not on the DNC. And usually there is. We've got cold callers that work for us that call, in fact, they call FSBOs and expires. And the data is usually good. There's always bad data everywhere, but typically it's pretty good. So go get your farm data. And now here is where we're going to start getting listings fast, but we got a lot of options. So let's just run through this. Open houses are always going to be the best thing to market to get listings out of your farm. So I want you to visualize, and let's go into Listings to Leads. And everything we're talking about can be done in a free trial. So if you're not a client, you can sign up for a free trial and do this. So I just logged in, and this is where you land when you log in. You're on the dashboard, and I'm going to scroll down to active listings. And I've got an open house. You can see here, I got 15 Ambient Way in Granite Bay open house. And you can do this whether it's your listing or not. And that's the beautiful thing about an open house for a farm is even if it's not my open house, I can do what I'm going to show you. And obviously if it's my listing, I'm definitely going to do it. So first of all is the nearby homeowner letter. So there's a nearby homeowner letter, there's the postcard, there's a door hanger, and then you can see here the circle prospecting script, or in this case, it's the farm circle prospecting script. Now, even better is if you do an open house where you do a neighborhood only preview, like on a Thursday night, because oh my gosh, that gives you such a powerful reason to drop a letter off, postcard, or door hanger to invite them to the nearby neighbor preview open house. It's going to give you a reason to talk to them while they're there. And it can also give you a reason to follow up with them afterwards to let them know how it went. And one of the things that a lot of people fail to realize is the post-event communication that is often the best for engagement and conversion. All right. So when we do an open house, for example, and we reach out to all of our leads and the neighbors as well to let them know how the open house went, that's actually where a lot of great engagement can happen versus just letting them know about it ahead of time. So here, check out this letter. I'm going to download it. And notice there's the green print and mail button right there. And you can always take all of this stuff to your own printer and print it wherever you want. So there's PDF versions, there's JPEG versions so that you can get it into any print you want. But I'm telling you, this letter right here, people door knock with this letter. People literally just they'll print the letter and triple fold it, put a little piece of tape, put the address right on the letter itself. So there's no envelope, there's no nothing. They literally just mail it out. Some people just door drop. So again, if you're going to do this in support of an open house, whether it's a neighborhood preview on a Thursday evening or whatever it is, that would be a phenomenal way a reason to door knock. Right. Hey, Scott Pierce, we're doing a neighborhood preview open house down the street at 123 Main. And I wanted to give you an invitation to it. We're going to have it's going to be a catered with food and drinks. So we hope that you can come by to it. If you're trying to engage your farm, that right there that's so powerful. The cool thing about these letters is they're completely editable. So for example, you can see here this letter. Hello, hope you're having a great week. Want to let you know that I can come in here and say, having a neighbor only preview. And maybe I make that bold. And then I'm just going to change on Saturday. I'll say Thursday and I'll say 5 to 7 p.m. Now I've got a phenomenal letter. I can print this. I can door knock. I could mail it, get that to my farm. And here's a beautiful thing. I've heard this from a few people. Remember what I said about the post-event thing? Imagine I get this to 100 people in my farm or around that open house. And then afterwards I go, I just wanted to update you about the open house, right? On Thursday at 5 p.m. And I would say, we had 35 groups come through. Here, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. But on the letter here, how you can use it post. And I'm telling you, when I've talked to people that have done that, and they'll get it to the same people that they did the letter pre-open house, whether it was a neighbors or the standard open house. And then again, they get great engagement from that. So you got the letter, postcard, or door hanger that you can use. You see, you can go print mail. I can download the postcard here. Now, if you print mail, so let's say you use My Plus Leads or RedX or Remind, and you got your list, right? You scrub that list against the DNC so that you're able to mail people and you're able to call people. Right here, mail to my list. So I can send this postcard, the letter, the door here goes to you and you drop it on the door. So I can upload a list right here. And then I can just select it, right? My different options, upload a new list, select my options, and then get that mailed right from inside of Listings to Leads. Again, I can always click here and I can either download the JPEG or the PDF. And then right here, the circle prospecting script for you to call. So again, you want to every month, start with 200, build up 50 from there, and then try to use a script to call as many of those people as possible. Now, the next top thing I would share with my farm, right? So open house. If you don't have an open house, a pending or a sold listing would be like the next thing on my list that I would share with my farm. So even if you don't have a pending listing, this is critical because typically you're not necessarily going to have a pending or sold list, a new one this month. So let me show you how to do this to where, even if you've got a pending or sold listing, that's going to work no problem, right? I got a pending listing right here, 849 Maple Drive. You can see it's pending. I click market listing. I've got my postcards and door hangers. And you can change the colors on these, right? They're all branded to you, obviously. Here's the nearby homeowner letter. So for geofarming, you're going to get something out once a month to your farm. Keep in mind, in the circle prospecting environment, you can use I would use these letters or postcards or door hangers. In fact, I would do the letter and a door hanger twice over my listing. So I would do like maybe the nearby homeowner letter for the open house. And then I would use a door hanger when it sells or goes pending, because pending is such a phenomenal status to engage people with. And you can see here's the letter. And then we'll take a look at the postcard and door hanger. So you can see here, I just want to let you know that 849 Maple Drive in Granite Bay went pending and is expected to close soon. You can get more information, all the photos, right? Just like the one for the open house, there's a QR code, there's a text code, and there's my branding at the bottom. So we're going to generate seller leads from that. That letter is so good. I would always try to use a letter first. And then if I didn't want to use a letter or whatever, the door hanger is awesome as well. I've heard great feedback from the door hangers are good because postcards are just so easy to throw away. Although I will say, I think ours are nicer than most, and I'll explain why in a minute. But here's the door hanger. So I can order these and slap them on the doors. And that way people are going to see it for sure. Pending 849 Maple Drive in Granite Bay. There's a QR code. And when they scan the QR code, they go to the pending single property website where there's great seller lead capture. In addition, they can text, right, to get a home value request. Postcards, very similar format. There's the front. There's the back. And keep in mind, this is where good professional photography comes in. The better the pic. Now, there's obviously the home is a home. So you got a $200,000 home, you get a $500,000, you got $1 million. The $1 million's going to look better than the $200,000 home. But you always want to have professional photography, especially if you're going to do postcards, door hangers, letters, and things like that, because it's the quality of the image that matters. So a lot of the times you may think this sucks, the postcards are no good. You know what? It could have very well been your picture, right? If you're using an iPhone, faded, overexposed, weird angle photograph that you think is Ansel Adams or something, maybe that's why your marketing is not that great, because bad inputs, bad outputs type of thing. And the images matter. So, always to make sure you got great images. And then here we got the circle prospect script that we can use to call around that listing or to call into our farm regarding that listing. And let's roll through the script because I love these. So let's say who we got here, Brett. So Brett, I'm going to pick on you. Hey, Chadwick, good to see you. Chris, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Chris, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Want to let you know that 849 Maple Drive in Granite Bay is now pending and expected to close soon. And I believe it's only a few blocks away from you. I dropped a door hanger on your home the other day, and there's a link in a QR code to a single property website with all the photos and details. And I just wanted to make sure you got that. If you didn't, you can always text 25796 to 25678, and it will send you the virtual tour automatically, and you can check everything out and get more information there. with the way the market is right now, I just want to make sure to let you know about this home going into contract, because when it will affect the value of all the other homes in the area, including yours. Right. And then just reword this or whatever so it makes sense in your area, and start talking to more sellers, right? Offer them that it's going to change their home value. Can you send them an updated home value estimate for their property? We want to make sure that we are engaging these people. And so that's where getting the letter, the door hanger, or the postcard out the door is part one. But calling is absolutely critical. And I say this every time I talk about calling leads or calling homeowners. Don't attach yourself to the outcome, especially in the beginning when you're calling people. They don't know who you are. You're probably stuttering and you probably sound like you're more nervous than anything. And so you're probably coming across weird, maybe. You just got to get through it, and you just got to call people until you yourself have the discipline and good talking skills to talk to people. And that only comes by calling people and talking to people. So until you start calling and talking to people, you're never going to get good or comfortable at calling and talking to people. And I think these scripts are so darn good because you're not doing that. Who do you know looking to buy or sell stuff, right? They don't know. Why would someone refer someone to you when they don't even know you, right? I love these scripts where they got you calling people that you don't know, and then you're asking them if they know someone looking to buy or sell. Hey, if you had that great of a conversation with them, that's awesome. But in the beginning, go with these scripts. There's great call to actions in them to further engagement, but just get in the habit and get into the discipline of calling every day a few people. Because here's the deal. It's that second, third, and fourth time that you call them that they start and they see the postcards. You got them in a custom audience, or they're just going to see your Facebook ads and posts. They're going to see the other things that you're doing. Maybe they're getting your emails as well. And so those phone calls are like the cherry on the top, where you just want to make sure they understand that you're a real human, that there's a voice behind the picture, that there's a personality right behind the postings. But what I don't want you to do is call 20 people up, talk to nobody, have 2 or 3 people tell you to F off or something, and you get so depressed that you never do it again. I'm just going to tell you, I would work through that. You are a salesperson. Salespeople have to have a tough skin, have a good sense of humor, have a good personality, and just have that mindset of you're here to provide value. Because if you're not good enough to be doing this, then don't do it. And if you're good enough to do this and you're good enough to do it right, then you should be very proactive in getting out in front of people. So we talked about open houses are the best. Pending and sold to be number 2 and 3. If I scroll down the dashboard here, you will see we've got great seller landing pages. So all of these have postcards and door hangers and letters and scripts as well. So this week, we're actually doing the 100% home marketing plan to our seller leads. And so I will click the green marketing tools button. Is a nearby homeowner letter only available if it's your listing? No, it's available for all pending and sold listings. In fact, thank you for mentioning that. I will go back. I want to show you how to market a pending listing that's not yours, or a sold listing that's not yours. So I'll get back to that in a few minutes. But let's say there's no listings. Scott, there's no pending, there's no sold. I can't do an open house. What am I going to do? That's where the landing pages and the PDF guides are absolutely phenomenal. You will see here, there's postcards, there are door hangers, there are print flyers, and there is a farm and circle prospecting script. I don't need to go through the green button and every little thing on these postcards, door hangers, and letters, but they've all got the strong call to actions. They've all got the QR codes. They've all got, they're very clear, very concise, and they work very well. Here's the script. So you're going to, maybe month 1, you borrow a pending listing to send out. Month 2, you're able to find an open house to do, and you do an open house. And if the open house timing makes us, they're going to get something 3 weeks after the first one, that's fine. Or 5 weeks after the first one, that's fine. But don't make sure that timing band stays somewhat in sync. So with that said, we're going to mail out 200, 250, 300 postcards, letters, or door hangers. And then we're going to try to call through maybe 10 a day. 10 times 30 would be 300. So that would get us through most of our farm. And here's the script. Hey, Jamel, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Want to let you know that I created an enhanced 100-point home marketing plan to help Folsom homes get sold for top dollar in this changing market. I sent you a postcard with a link to download. There's actually a QR code on there that you can scan to get a free copy. It is 27 pages long, and it was benchmarked against some of the top agents in the country. And with the way the market is now, I just want to make sure that all Folsom homeowners get this guide. And also, by the way, and here's where I'm looking at script A or script B. Script A, putting together some home value reports together for my clients this week. They're going to be pretty detailed, a lot more so than what you can get on those free websites that give you a home value estimate. Would Scott at listingstoleads.com be the best email to send that to when it's ready? You see how that works? And you know what? I would do that even on a voicemail, because it's going to get me used to saying it more. I'm not asking people for some weird stuff. And anyone that's even thinking about selling on the voicemail, if they get to the part of the 100-point home marketing plan, they're going to get a little bit more interested. Does that make sense? If you never made the phone call, they would have never heard your voice, right? The phone calls are free. That's the best thing about the phone. The phone is free. All you got to do is pick it up and call, right? Now, your conversion with the phone obviously is not that great, but over time, as they see your direct mail, your social media, your email, right? The other things that you're going to be doing, and they get your phone call, right? Now, I want you to envision this. They see all this stuff. You've called them a couple of times over the last few months. And then 3 or 4 months out from now, after seeing all of this stuff, and you call, they're like, oh, it's that guy again. It's that guy, Scott, again. I saw his stuff on Facebook. I saw the email. You know what? Yeah, we are starting to think about selling. Let me call him back, or let me send him a text. So we got open houses are awesome to use. Now you can do just listed or coming soon, of course, an active listing if you wanted to, but the open houses are just so much more compelling and way better converting for getting conversations and listings. And then I said pending and sold or 2 and 3. Number 4 would be the landing pages. Right here's free home values. Let's take a look at that one before we go to the PDF guides. And so here we go. Postcard and door hangers, right? You can see the postcard there, QR code, URL, text code. Here's the back of it. Did you know home sales in the last 12 months? Again, domain, URL, and text code. And the reason why I think our postcards work a lot better than most, they're simple. Again, it's about photography. It's about what we wanted with our postcards is that they would maybe, hopefully, and I've heard this from people, set that postcard on the kitchen countertop because that picture of that property just looks so great. And we're not littering up that postcard with a bunch of garbage that makes it look like a National Enquirer cover photo, right? I don't want the National Enquirer look. Hopefully all of you know what I mean by that reference, right? We want elegant, we want classy, we want clarity. And so that's what we try to do with our postcards, our door hangers, and our letters, because we want to be about the listing and then them engaging with you via these call to actions. Awesome. And then the last content category for postcards, door hangers, letters, and scripts would be the PDF guides. And these are awesome as well. I don't want to say there's a right or a wrong, or there isn't a right or wrong, because I am giving you the order in which I would try to do this. And again, I am going to go show you how to do a pending, sold, borrowed listing. But again, all the PDF guides, home seller negotiation secrets, marketing tools, postcards and door hangers, print flyers, and the scripts. All right. I'm not going to go into there. We've seen what the postcards all look like. They're, again, all the branding, all the colors, the QR codes, the call to actions are all there on the postcards, the door hangers, and the print flyers. That said, let me go back into the presentation. And again, I apologize if it's a little scattered. This is my first time presenting this content in a webinar. So we talked there about the landing pages. That was the what is your home worth, the 100-point home marketing plan. We talked about the PDF guides, pending and sold update videos. This is perfect. Let me talk you through pending and sold listings, because this is, if you listen to only 90 seconds of this call, this is the 90 seconds I want you to listen to, because there's so many implications here. This pending listing, let's go to right here. Let me bookmark it. Let's bring it to the top. There we go. This listing here, another home on Maple Drive, Folsom, California. This is the pending listing I borrowed. This could also be sold. So let me explain it to you. When you're going to quote unquote borrow a pending or sold listing, think of it as a micro mini market report. Micro mini market report, because it's a micro mini market report on one property. When we add that listing to our account, you may have to add it manually. Instead of using the street number, do another home on. So instead of going 789 Maple Drive or whatever it is, you do another home on Maple Drive. The second thing you do is you go take a photo of the area. So don't take a photo of just that property, and I'll show you what I mean by that photo. And then don't use their property description. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, $585,000, right? All of that stuff is normal. But instead of using the street number, use another home on, just 3 words, another home on. So another home on Maple Drive, another home on Harmony Lane. Make sense? Come up with your own property description, and then go take your own photo. And let's see, in fact, let's show you the single property website so you can see what it looks like. But here's what that looks like. So this way, it'll make a lot more sense to you when I go to the nearby homeowner letter, postcard, or door hanger. Check this out. Let me just download this. And so in all of my online marketing, all of my email marketing, all of my marketing, I'm not using the property photo like straight up, and I'm not using the address. And to be honest, this could actually, I would bet this would generate more leads than actually using the property address. And it was something for sure. I've not tested this yet, but I've got a very strong opinion on this that I think it would actually do really well, because people are going to go, oh, which house? Right? They're going to recognize like that area right there. They're going to go, oh yeah, that's right around the corner. Which house was it that went into contract? Which house was it that just sold? So this can be an absolutely phenomenal way to get some great engagement from your area when you don't have a pending or sold listing. Check this out. Here's the script. So when I call them up, if I'm going to leave a voicemail, and always leave a voicemail. I know sometimes people say don't leave a voicemail. And hey, if you're running and you're just trying to get to someone on the phone, that's one thing. But leaving voicemails will help you get better at your diction, at your tonality, at your pacing, being comfortable. So the more you can say the script, the better you're going to get with it. So I would for sure leave voicemails. All right. And so here we go. Scott Pierce at Listings Lead. I want to let you know that another home on Maple Drive in Folsom is now pending and expected to close soon. And I believe it's only a few blocks away from you. So here's a beautiful thing. It doesn't matter that you weren't the listing agent. It really doesn't matter. You can still use it to engage people in your farm. And does that make sense for everybody? Does everybody get this? Right? Because it gets even better. And this is where I said for the next 90 seconds, which turned out to be 3 or 4 minutes. But if you watch the social media mastery call, I walk you through how to do a video on every single pending and sold listing that comes through your farm area, to where you are going to be like the person people think about when they think about listings going into contract and selling within 30 to 60 days. So check out that social media mastery call. It was phenomenal. All right, we're going to roll through this a little bit briefly here, and it just flows what I just said. Remember earlier, I said for maximum results, we want to make sure that these people that are in our farm, that are getting our postcard, door hanger, letter, and calls, right? So they're getting up. We want to make sure they see us on social media. So again, make sure that when you get, now you need a CSV file of 1,000 or more people. Now that could be 500 people from your farm, 300 people from your CRM that are not in your farm, and it could be 250 people that are in your iPhone who you haven't talked to in 2.5 years. Makes sense? So you can combine all of that into one CSV file to upload into a custom audience on social media. And that way all the homeowners are going to see your social media. Again, make sure to watch the database mastery call, because we want to make sure that people, again, they get our direct mail, print mail. They're going to get our phone calls once every 1 to 3 months. They'll get a phone call from us. But we also want to make sure that they get the emails from us as well. So, and again, make sure to check out the database mastery call. Great call there as well. And do me a favor, everybody, and please, awesome favor if you would, and comment on our videos, those 2 videos. I would really love to see those, get some good engagement from everybody. Next up here, GeoFarm Circle Prospecting. That's exactly what we're going through here right now. This is where I think it gets a lot of fun. And this is where I really want you to start leaning into this. Some of you are going to be really nervous and you're going to be like, there's no way in the world I'm going to do it. But I've had people, I tell you, there's a guy I was talking to. It's like, I wonder if he's on this call. Let me real quickly here. Let me see. His name is Leo, Hijk. Nope. All right. Anyways, talking to this guy about something else, 60 plus years old. Yeah, this is just a guy, right? He's not Pierce Brosnan. He's not George Clooney or anything, just like any of us. He's like, Scott. He goes, oh, by the way, Scott, he goes, I got to tell you, man. He goes, the script that you've got. He goes, I started finally using them. I am getting thousands of views on most of my videos. Some of my videos, I get up to 10,000 views. And there have been a few videos I got up to 15,000 views from absolutely nothing 6 months ago. From absolutely nothing 6 months previous. So it took him a few months to get it up there. But after 3 or 4 months, he said the growth really started taking off after a couple of 3 months. And again, it's just growing nice and steadily because of our content, our training, his consistency, and his work at getting better with it. So local reviews. Let me go down here. Now we're going to get back into the account in a second. Live events pop up. Yep. Okay. Give me a second here. Consistency for conversion. Here we go. If you saw in the mastermind group, I had a picture of the social content calendar. In fact, let's go there right now. So I just put social content in listings to leads. And there's this calendar here. And it says August, which let's just scroll to September. And so here's what we're doing. We are looking at the calendar for September. Here we go, September. And I'm trying to figure out are there some days in September that I can leverage with local businesses and video to turbocharge my audience and my audience engagement. And so just follow with me here and ask me questions or give me some feedback here as I start rolling this out. On Thursday, let me just say here, on August, Today is National Chop Suey Day to Saturday, National Eat Outside Day. Let me get back into September. Here we go. September, Eat an Extra Dessert Day, Cheese Pizza Day. So let's take a look at this one. Excuse me. And there are others that I'll show you. So Thursday, September 5th is National Cheese Pizza Day. There's a script right here, view script. See that button, view script? Find a pizza place in your local area. It doesn't have to be Thursday. You can do this Tuesday, Wednesday, any day you want. And this script right here, when you combine it with our local review script, will give you a piece of content. We'll give you a video that leverages the social media audience of the establishment that you're at. So let's go back to the calendar. Cheese Pizza Day, Salami Day, which whatever, funny. But here, the 16th, this week right here, you're going to stay busy. National Guacamole Day, Cheeseburger Day. Yep, National Cheeseburger Day. National Pepperoni Pizza Day. And I think this is a great one. National Cleanup Day. I bet you could organize a cleanup at a park and get some great engagement from people in your farm. So let's go back to the Cheese Pizza Day and let's model this out so that you can do this for all those other days of the week, because this is going to help you establish great relationships with business owners. But what it's really going to do is endear you to their audience and let you get more of their audience into your audience. So imagine I see today, I'm looking at my calendar and I can see, oh, next week is National Cheese Pizza Day. Find a great cheese restaurant, pizza place that got cheese pizza. I would try to find one that's got a nice social media presence, right? Don't do one that doesn't have any social media. That's a waste of time. I want to find, there's 2 or 3 pizza places I'm sure that you know in your local area. Check them out on Instagram or Facebook, probably Instagram. See who's got a better page. And then click this script right here, view script. What I would do, and you don't have to be in the video. You could just record it like you're just like a tour. So you don't have to be in the video. I would rather you just get the video done than worrying about being in the video if you're not comfortable. But look at this script, and then I will drop this script into the mastermind group, but let's go through it together so that you can get a feel for how it works. So imagine I'm at the pizza place. This video drops on September 5th, even though I may have recorded it a few days ahead of time. Hey everyone, it's National Cheeseburger Day. If you have not had a cheeseburger at Moo Moo's Burger Barn, you are missing out. They have the most amazing cheeseburgers, especially if you got jalapenos on them. So good. Tag your favorite cheeseburger place in the comments below, and let's find out who's really got the best cheeseburgers in Folsom. And let me know in the comments what you like on yours. My favorite thing are jalapenos, and I can't have enough of them. Make sure to have yourself a happy National Cheeseburger Day. Just easy as that. It could even be shorter than that, right? Usually shorter videos do better. So a video can really never be too short. You could literally, and I was thinking about this last night as well. This video could literally be, hey everybody, it's National Cheeseburger Day over here at Moo Moo's. These burgers are so damn good, right? That could be the video. That could literally be the video. And when you upload it, use the location, right? You can add the location in your post. You would tag them, right? So use their Instagram handle, especially when it goes up to Instagram, tag them, and then hashtag them. Does that make sense? Because here's what happens. When I do this video where I'm promoting Moo Moo's Burger Barn, what do you think everyone that likes Moo Moo's Burger Barn is going to think? They're going to think, wow, that guy, he must be a good guy. He likes what I like, right? So we got things in common. So that's great. So that is going to bump up the affinity for me from my farm, from everyone that goes to Moo Moo's Burger Barn in this case, right? For the people that don't know Moo Moo's, maybe they learned something new and they appreciate the fact that I brought it up to them, and now they're going to go try it and appreciate the fact. And again, have great feelings for me. the people in the audience are going to start being exposed to me because they're going to see my post come up. As I do more and more of these and I get better, and as my audience grows, these people are probably going to start sharing my posts back into their audience. So again, I always like to visualize in the future what it looks like, because the benefits compound, right? They compound. They're not just like these tiny little linear improvements, right? Like you're working on, you're doing a push up and it's like, oh my God, right? There's no compound benefits of doing a push up every day, right? They just get harder and harder to do. But in this one, the benefits compound as you go. Can you imagine? Let's go back to that calendar. Cheese pizza day. So I got pizza place. I tell you, those are great, to be honest. Oh my God, there's a great Italian deli not too far from us. And it's one of those like old school Italian places. So I would for sure click on that. Here's the script, right? Again, use the script really more for ideas, right? To get your imagination going. And again, use it in conjunction with that other script that I'll put in the mastermind group. We've got guacamole day. Come on, people. Guacamole. Love it. My favorite dish. Cheeseburger day. I'm going to find a great hamburger joint and do that one. National Pepperoni Pizza Day. I'm going to find a different pizza place than the first one and do a video. And you're going to do the video there, right? So make sure to go do the video there and always tag your farm location. Let's not forget that. National Cleanup Day. I would love to see you organize, right? Maybe do a couple of videos. In fact, you could do the 21st, 3 weeks is a little far out, but maybe 10 to 14 days out, maybe do like a video every 3 or 4 days. Hey, everybody, on September 21st is National Cleanup Day. Let me bring that up there. It's National Cleanup Day. And myself and a few people are going to be over at such and such a park. We would absolutely love to have you there. We'll have some trash bags and gloves if anybody wants to join us. And we're going to make sure this park is cleaned up for the kids to have an awesome day running around. That makes sense? Everyone get that idea? So it is leveraging the social content calendar here with your local area. Here we go on the 22nd, Rolled Car Free Day. A lot of areas, more and more, have areas that are closed to cars. So you might promote that. What is this one here? International Internet. Excuse me. Ooh, sign language. My dad knows sign language. I don't, but he had a deaf uncle. National Punctuation Day. European Day of something or other. Let's see here. Oh, the 29th is National Coffee Day. Go find a cafe, get that one. So you get the idea, right? Use this calendar, pair it up with, and everything in gold is what you're looking at. These are the things I'm looking at here. So yeah, make sure you're doing this, because this is where you start having fun. This is where the affinity, the engagement, people are going, I really like him. I got his open house postcard. I got something about a listing that was going pending. And now I see him. I love Moo-Moos, right? He must be a pretty good guy, because Moo-Moos is like the best. So if he likes Moo-Moos and he's an agent, he seems like he's all over the place. He seems like he's on fire all the time. That's the kind of person I want to work with. So hopefully I got that point home for everybody. Oh, and let's see here. What else? I feel like, did I lose? There we go. Sorry about that. Monthly community pop-up events. I'll get that in another call. The one last thing I want to mention, local reviews and National Day of collabs with local businesses. That's what I was just talking about right there. But there's one more thing I want to get to in this call before we go. Promoting local charities. You can do this for free. And again, promoting local charities makes you a hero. You don't have to spend any money. You don't have to spend any time hardly. You could, it'd be great, but you don't have to. I will do a second video, and I'll put this in the mastermind of just this idea only. But here's the deal. There is a charity and the Placer SPCA, all right, nonprofit charity. The Placer County SPCA is having Barktoberfest on October 5th. It would not cost me any money to promote that to my audience. I could do a social media post, which I did. And you know what? That graphic is from their website. I just went to their website. I just grabbed it and I put it there. And I don't think they're going to mind because I'm promoting them. But how awesome is, do you think, or do you not think dog owners would look kindly on you promoting the SPCA event? Yes or no? Do you think you get more dog owners, right, vibing with you if you promoted this? You can do a video. I got the post right here. The video would just be pretty much whatever's in the post. So use local charities, what you want to do. And I'm telling you, charity people are usually, they're pretty dedicated, right? When you agree, right? Most people that are involved with charities are very dedicated. They're very emotionally involved and invested in them. And when there are people when there are good people helping them promote their work, that is such a good place to be. And so I want you to, right, start looking at the nonprofits, start looking at the charities in the area, find out their event calendar, find out what events they got coming up, and then help them promote. It's absolutely free. You're going to leverage some of their audience because you're promoting them. Make sure you tag them. Make sure you hashtag them and tag them both in your any post that you do. Right here, I'm talking more about promoting a local charity event, and that would make a great. I could just drop that post right into an email. Take the same image, right? Take the same text from the social media post and drop that right into an email blast. I would put it in the Facebook neighborhood Facebook group. We'll talk more about that in the next call. Expired, canceled, withdrawn listings. We've got training on that. So definitely take a look at that if you're looking to get a listing quick, because we've got phenomenal landing pages, PDF guides, e-flyers, call scripts, postcards, door hangers, letters for both expired and canceled. There we go. Any questions or anything on what we've gone through today? I really appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We reviewed, right, how to identify a farm, how to get the data for your farm, the types of content to market to your farm, open houses, pendings, and solds. That would be where I'd try to do 75% of my outreach. We got the landing pages, like what is your home worth, and the PDF guides are also fine to sprinkle in there. We want to make sure that we look at the social content count. We want to make sure that we, where possible, are marketing to them on social media and the database, right? That's not always possible, but where we can do it, we want to make sure we do that. And then lastly, we want to make sure that we get into listings to leads, go to social content, look at the content calendar, and start looking at these days like Cheese Pizza Day and pair it up with a local business in our farm community area and start producing content that is going to get us into the minds and the hearts of our audience. Tons of info today. Did you say that Word doc was available? Robert, I'll try to see if I can get that available. I hate to throw out 27 pages and some other coaches are going to just steal it and start using it as if they came up with it, because I don't think there's anything out there. I watch so many videos from other trainers and coaches and whoever, and there's no one out there, I don't think, doing a call, because here's what most of those people do. They're just selling you to get on their downlines, or they're selling you to book a coaching call, or they're selling you to do whatever it is. And by the time you get off the call with them, you've just wasted a complete hour and you're really not quite sure what it exactly was you were supposed to do. In our calls, what we do, we go through it. We literally go through it like we did today here. So yeah, for everyone that's asking, I thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure to go and comment on those two videos, youtube.com youtube.com/listings to leads. Again, that is youtube.com/listings to leads. Highly recommend finding the social media mastery. It should just come right up on top. Right here's database. Let me refresh. That's funny. I guess if you click on videos, and then there you go. So if you click on the video on any YouTube channel, it gives you the videos in order, right? In chronological order. And these were the last two. So social media, highly recommend. Please and comment on the video. And the same with database mastery, like and comment on the video. I do super appreciate everybody letting me practice this with you. I hope you got a lot of value. Get into the mastermind group. I would love your feedback on this training. I've never organized training along this line of social media, database, and GeoFarm circle prospecting, but I'm thinking this is a better way to format our training because it hits every one of those three areas in a lot more detail than training on how to use a landing page, how to use a guide, how to use a listing, right? Those are awesome. And I think there's a place for that training, but I think training in this methodology is actually better. So I would love to get your feedback. Scott, can we receive the guide? Yeah, like I said, I'm going to see if I can just do a quick and dirty PDF watermark type of thing that I can get out to everybody. Give me a day or two, maybe Monday even for that. But I will have this video posted in the mastermind group later today. So you'll be able to access this video and everything that we did as well a little bit later. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have an awesome day. And one more thing before we go. If you wanted to, who would want to, in the mastermind group, there is the mastermind group, the sign up for next week's calls. So tomorrow we're repeating social media mastery, and Monday's off. Tuesday, we're going to do database mastery. And then Wednesday, we're going to repeat GeoFarm circle prospecting mastery. Talk to you soon, everybody. Have an awesome day.